Hello everyone, this is Creeptanium, or CT for short, and it's been a long time since I uploaded my last video. It was back in September, and it's been a long time. I've had a lot of activities and not really that much time to upload videos, so today I'm sort of making up what I should have done a couple months ago, and publishing a video that I should have published back on Halloween. So, this video is featuring more of my singing monsters, but mainly about art. So, everyone was familiar with the My Singing Monsters costume contest hosted on October 31st, 2018, where you design a costume for a monster. Now, I did enter my 6 entries, but they did not win. So, what I'm doing in this video is sort of going over my entries and explaining to you my thought processes during each one while I was drawing them, and just telling you all about them. And at the end, we have a special, you could say, sideshow that I would encourage you to stick around long enough to watch. So now let's move on to the first monster contest cartoon that I first drew, and it is a toe jammer dressed up as a spider. And here we have it right here, and I dubbed it the Spider Jammer. And we can see, so I'm using the app I'm using to draw these is Paper 53, and over these next few drawings you can really see my style change, more or less. So the first thing you see in this Spider Jammer is that, well, it has legs, and the main colors are black and red. And I was considering whether to make it like a tarantula, but black widows are sort of like more associated with pain, you could put it. And so we have the logo on the chest, not logo, the marking of the hourglass on the chest, blood red fingernails, a lot of eyeballs, red pupils, and of course, the fangs. Now, as we go through these monsters, I'll just make note to you that My Singing Monsters is a friendly game, so I refrained from, since it was Halloween, I refrained from using particularly gruesome scenes. So that was a Spider Jammer. There's an attempt at trying to shadow. Didn't work out so well. But, hey, it's the Spider Jammer. Now we're moving on. This is the Bat Tweedle. It's the second one I made. Let's go over, let's start with the wings. So the wings may look familiar, and that is because I actually used the Epic Tweedles wings for a template to make the Bat Tweedles wings. And it has the bloodshot eyes, and instead of a beak, I just put the big bat nose. I forget what type of bat has this nose. Maybe a vampire bat or a ghost bat or something. Where the bottom beak line is just sort of like a lower lip, and we have serrated teeth and very large front fangs. Paws, I just added claws on the end of normal Tweedle feet, and they sort of look like werewolf paws, but going more for the bat look. And now concerning the, how would you put that? Tufts? Tail? Head tails? Really, I can't make heads or tails of it. So, what I was going for in this look is the pearly whitish cyan, you could put it. I was trying to make that like a tooth. And the red marking at the end is, of course, blood, because I was going for the vampire bat look, and same goes with the tail. So just a nice variation and unnecessary smudge right there that I forgot to correct. But I haven't touched these since Halloween, so they're just from the depths of my Paper 53 app. And we're moving on. We've got the Zombie Do. This is the third one I created. And see, it's hard to draw a zombie without being gruesome. So instead of, my original intent was to have part of the head missing and the brain showing. I mean, I know they do that with Rot, one of the rare thumpies. I could have followed that approach, but I went with a big bite mark taken out of the Zombie Do's tuft, and as well from chunks missing from the tail. And we can see it's sort of jagged shift between colors. I also originally was going to have the middle toe missing, or sort of like cut off at the stump and have little particles of flesh, but I ditched that. I didn't like it. Then we have the ninja prey. So I want you to take a close look at the headband and see how it has sort of like colors that vary in shade. How we have some dark spots and some light gray spots. Well, down here you can see that I've actually moved on to using a single solid color, and that is because I've switched from the watercolor brush to the marker brush. And I will be doing that for the rest of my doodles because I found it much more convenient. So the ninja prey, I sort of didn't know what to do with the claws here, but then I was like, oh, hey, why not? They have, they're ninjas. They have, what is the word? Katanas for the Japanese swords. And so I gave the blades some shine, and they're cracked after some use. Didn't really do anything with the frill there, and of course we have like the skin tight ninja mask and the headband, and of course a purple belt. I refrain from making all cartoons about Taekwondo things that I draw having a black belt. I give it some variation. Also, check out these elbow pads and the shoulder pads. They're looking pretty nice there. Then, here's one of my personal favorites, the Spell Beat, and it is a Shell Beat wizard. And so I don't know what I was going with the questionable sideburns look. I had Gandalf in mind, Gandalf from Dumbledore, but then I sort of went on my own doing the gold trim and the bluey purple robes. We can see that I've changed the normal drums to actually wizarding and more magical feeling items. Like we have a spell book that is impaled on a stump, and the central drum is actually a cauldron with some multicolored tentacles coming out. And, well, I didn't really know what to do here. But then I thought that, well, this wizard, this Shellbeat, isn't exactly the cleanest magical being, so I would just incorporate in some dirty plates and random stains and forks and stuff. And then, of course, brings this large shell that is actually the most eye-catching. It's a crystal ball mounted on the Spellbeat's back. And so if it were ever to be added into the game, I would have wanted the stars sort of like swirling around inside like the Nebulob's helmet. And it does drum with magic wands. Where is that Spellbeat's thumb? Do Spellbeats even have thumbs? I'm going to have to investigate on that further. But I want to talk to you a little bit about these colors that I chose for the tentacles. I have another comic. It's called Wiblix the Robot, and you'll be hearing a lot more about Wiblix in the far future. But Wiblix's main body color is this color of orange, and he has a frenemy called, oh wow, what was his name? It's been so long since I've thought about this comic strip. Poof? Not Poof. Pippy? Muff. Muff. And he's sort of like, he's this pink color, and then Wiblix's friend is Stumps, and he's this greenish color, and of course Pippy is a small spider, and he's bright blue. So maybe the Spellbeat turned him into tentacles to help assist with his drum. I do hope for their safety. Then we have the Creepsters, which are Halloweenified, or more like Spooktaculified tipsters. Now, I avoided using some more gruesome Halloween images such as bloodstains and axes. We couldn't really have a tomahawk sticking out of this guy's head. So I went with sort of like creepy cute. So I tried to mirror the natural items that dipsters have with sort of like corresponding Halloween elements. So like instead of a shell, me has a skull. And then of course, excuse me, Ray has a witch hat, Doe has a pumpkin, Fa is a R.I.P. tombstone, and you can see that, excuse me, the R.I.P. rest in peace is actually in Monstrous, which is the Mycene monsters' language that they all converse in. And of course, Soul has a tin of candy on its head. La has a cauldron, presumably the Spellbeat's cauldron. but it's a different design than a spell bee. And of course, T, that was it. Has some melted candles on his head. I mean, would that usually hurt, having wax melted all over your head? I don't know. All that remains a mystery. Ah, yes. The concept that I never finished because it looked extremely weird. The Jack-a-Globe, or the Globo-Lantern, to be more specific. Originally, all the globes were going to have jack-o'-lantern faces plastered to the globe part of their head, but I ditched it. Mainly because I thought of it after the contest ended. So overall, these 7 entries, I'm pretty proud of them. But I would have to say, I either like the Spellbeat or the Creepsters the best. Now, tell me what you think down in the comments, because I love to hear feedback on my drawings and videos, because I'm always looking to improve my performance on screen. But now, we're going to have a special sideshow that I mentioned earlier, and we're going to try to do this every video to make it more entertaining at the end. I'm going to call my friend Rainbow Roy up here, or Roy for short, and he's going to tell me and comment what he thinks about these doodles that I have done, and basically scold me on what I could have done better. So now, Roy, if you would step up here, if you please. Okay. Take a look at the Spider Jammer. You don't have to really say much, but just what pops into your head? What do you want to say about it?
Well, it looks kind of creepy, and what always creeped me out the most was the extra eyeballs. Like the side of his head is just.
I love to hear adoring praise.
But oh yeah. Also, I mean, your spider actually has 8 legs, which I'm surprised you actually did that. So yeah.
Well, technically, he has 8 legs and 15 toes. Let's move on to the Tweedlebat.
I'm not sure which is more creepy, this or the epic Tweedle. So yeah, the eyes are just scary.
Brilliant. Let's move on. The Zombie Doo.
The Zombie Doo just looks like it stayed up all night doing homework or something. Yeah, that looks like me in the morning. Why is its tongue green?
Because it's a zombie. Don't zombies have green tongues?
Yeah, I guess. Oh. I can't find anything bad to say about it.
You weren't supposed to find anything bad.
It
Although
like
I did hint at that at the beginning.
I mean, it does kind of look like it has a Band-Aid on its face. I mean, like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, yeah, fun fact, as I was drawing the Ninja Prey, you know how the Fung Prey actually has these little small spots on the forehead, and then I drew those in, but then it really did look like a Band-Aid, so, nah.
Ooh, yeah, I do like the Spellbeat, and it looks like he's been eating peanut butter and jelly a lot on those plates, but I don't know why you eat peanut butter and jelly with a fork, and I want to know what's under that cauldron. Ha 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 ha. My favorite dipster is always Law.
I like Law. I also like Tea.
I like me. That sounds weird.
Narcissism.
I like me, and I like
you.
Well, I don't understand. I mean, like, it makes sense, but why is R.I.P. upside down?
Because it's monstrous. Weren't you listening to my video?
Well, it looks like normal English, but just upside down and backwards, so it didn't pop into my head.
Oh, okay then.
And I've never seen this before.
Ooh, surprise.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got nothing to say.
All right then. Well, thank you for your input, Roy. It was helpful, you could say. But all in all, I had a great time drawing these, and I hope you had a great time watching me stutter around and Roy complain about it. So, well, anyway, I'm sorry I uploaded this so late. I'll be trying to upload videos every now and then, hopefully once a week. Maybe Saturdays. I don't know, but don't come to expect that. I tend to be very unpredictable when it comes to videos posting. But I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and I hope you will tune in the next time myself and Roy surface. And with that, I would like to see you all later. Goodbye. Oh.